What up, you guys? I'm Avenger05 representing Niddle 5, where we're doing big things right here, just playing some Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 4. I never really got the chance to play Mortal Kombat much on the PlayStation 4. I'm low level. I played it mainly on the Xbox. I'm like level 75 or something like that. Because I didn't really have my own PlayStation 4 yet. My son has had one, and I finally got my own. So I did get a lot of chance to play Mortal Kombat and Injustice 2. You know, because I have them on both consoles for my son and me mainly on Xbox. Now, what I want to talk about is, yes, we all know Mortal Kombat 11 is coming soon, April 23rd, I believe it is. Now, I have been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about it, and a lot of these pro players, I've been watching them play each other. Mainly, what is it, Honeybee and Biohazard, seen them play a lot. Sonic Fox. Now, these are pro tournament players. I'm talking about big money players, ESL, whatever you want to call it, EVO. These are the real deal. Now, I've tried community cups for the ESL for Mortal Kombat X, and only a few times on Injustice 2. I made it to semifinals about twice from the little chances that I had to get on there. Now, everything I've seen too, and everything I had concerns about it, I've already heard it in other people's videos, so it's not just me thinking about it. The one issue is the sprinting. That is the main issue that Mortal Kombat 11 does not have, that I'm concerned about, because Mortal Kombat X, my biggest like about it is how fast paced it is. You're able to sprint in, get on the guy. It's just an all-out brawl game. Now there's a little bit of a lag. There was lag when I was playing this guy. This guy Buggy beat me one time. I beat him one time, and then he beat me. So I think the rest I beat him, but don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. He did beat me one time as I was Kenshi. Now, back to the matter is that Mortal Kombat, yes, not all Mortal Kombat games did have sprint. Some of my favorite ones, because I played through all of them. I think I own all of them, pretty much, except for well, yeah, actually I do have the original ones on the Xbox Arcade. Now, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was the first Mortal Kombat that had sprint. Mortal Kombat 4 had sprinting, and some of the Mortal Kombats from PlayStation 2 did not have sprinting, and it just had sidestepping. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe did have sprinting, which, you know, I enjoyed all these games. I didn't really care much for the sidestepping on the PlayStation 2. Now, Mortal Kombat 9 was really good. I loved the story. I loved how it was kind of like a reboot of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, kind of like changing the future. Raiden gets a message from the future, and he's trying to figure out how to prevent something from happening. So it was cool kind of seeing it played out 1, 2, and 3, and it shows how Shang Tsung got young, and how Jax lost his arms, or how Ermac was made, certain stages of the old games. It was really good. And it didn't have sprinting though, so the dashing did seem a lot faster than what I've been seeing on Mortal Kombat 11 on people's videos or whatever. Now, I've only, like I said, it's been watching tournament players play the game, and usually they could get pretty spammy, because they do play to win, and even when they play each other, like exhibition matches, they do try to play to win. So don't get it wrong. I want to tell you that the animation, the graphics, everything about it, the blood, the gore, the fatalities look amazing. Of course, I'm going to get it for both Xbox and PlayStation, just because we're big Mortal Kombat fans here. I think I was about 6 years old when I got the first Mortal Kombat 1 for the Super Nintendo. My buddy had it for the Sega. Now, yeah, I was a Nintendo kid, and my friend was the Sega across the street, so it was pretty cool. We played both the Sega and Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and then but yeah, so now when I've also seen people say that it almost gonna be like Injustice 2, and I get it, that's kind of what my main concern was from watching these videos. A lot of zoning characters, Raiden became a zoning character, even Baraka looks like a zoning character from what I've seen. Now zoning means is when you shoot projectiles back at each other and you kind of just keep your distance and use projectiles. I liked Mortal Kombat X. I loved it so much. Injustice 2 was a great game, awesome game. I'm a big DC fan, and it was a good fighting game, but I just struggled in the online competitive play because just the way certain people played was very defensive. It was a very defensive game. Now what I mean by defense is just they kind of just stay back and wait for you to mess up or for you to, do a move, and they can just whiff punish you. It's just the most frustrating thing, and just having to, fight people against their zoning. They'll just zone you out, and the certain characters that I have, my main are Bane, Flash, and I started using Captain Cold because so I can kind of zone back and counter zone, because his little ice wall that he does, the down back 2, was like an ice wall that pretty much took on most projectiles in the game. Now also Injustice 2 is a kind of counter picking game. Now I liked it how it was sets best of 5, so you had to win 3. So it's kind of cool because if it's not working out for that character, you can switch. But if I really only got the chance to main 3 characters and they chose a character like Superman, I can barely beat Superman with the Flash. Now there's certain characters that I could just never beat with the only 3 characters that I have, and that's what it looks like this game Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be like, because it's just like I said, it looked zony, no sprinting, because that's what I liked about Mortal Kombat X, because you can just knock a guy down, sprint in there, and get on top of him, so that way you're ready to get in their face and brawl. So I mean, Mortal Kombat X is still one of the popular games. Even I watch these tournament players just go at it on Mortal Kombat X. I think there's still tournaments going on Mortal Kombat X and Injustice 2, and there probably still will be. And like I said, I don't know, a lot of these YouTubers got a chance to play it. They like it or whatever, but I don't know, I might like it too. So if you just want to see about it, just look it up on YouTube. Just look at Mortal Kombat 11. You'll see a bunch of videos. And like I said, it's going to look great. It's going to be awesome. We're going to play it. Don't get it wrong. NetherRealm Studios, hasn't done us wrong. Like I said, I like Injustice 2. It was just very hard for me. I didn't, not as great as I am for Mortal Kombat X. And I'm a little bit rusty. These couple matches right here that I played this guy was the first time on back at it for like a good minute, because I've been wanting to get back at it just because 11's been, all the hype about it. I've been wanting to just play more X, but I really haven't been too much on Black Ops 4 trying to complete the tiers for the black market. Yeah, that's what I be playing. And if you hear the sound of my voice going in and out of this freaking thing, because I'm making the video on the PlayStation, the controllers go in and out once in a while because damn Bluetooth doesn't like my my Bluetooth surround sound. But anyways, guys, Mortal Kombat 11, you're gonna have different variations. The thing I liked about Injustice 2 was, the unlocking of certain gear for your character was pretty cool, because it kind of made you, have to grind on that character just to unlock cool stuff for him. And yeah, that's all I think I'm about to say, is that Mortal Kombat 11 really concerns me, just mainly on the fact of the sprinting and how slow it kind of looks, and very, very defensive. All the players that I've seen play it just seems to be very defensive, just like Injustice 2. So change is good. Mortal Kombat, I always like change in games. A lot of people are like, oh, they don't like change in certain games, Call of Duty or all the fighting games, but I'm always for change, and it might be good. Certain mechanics might be good. One thing I liked about Injustice 2 is that you could do the roll escape. If they're zoning you out, if you want to use some bars, you could do a roll escape and get the heck out of there. But yeah, I don't know, we'll talk about more of it later. I think that's about the end of the video here. So peace out, you guys.
Reptile. wins.